President Biden was asked yesterday about long-range missiles for Ukraine ATACMS, and he said it's still in play. In the past, the U.S. Would say no. So what's changed from no to it's still in play, and what needs to happen for the U.S. to provide Ukraine with long-range missiles? And also, I would like to follow up Zeke's question. I would like to clarify: you don't support Ukraine's attacks on Russian territory at all, or attacks with U.S. equipment?
So look, I don't have anything any changes to the policy to announce from here as it relates to long-range long-range missiles. Look, as it relates to the drone attacks that we saw in Moscow, we've been very clear. We're going to gather information and see exactly what happened. So just want to be very clear about that. But look, we do not support attacks inside of Russia. That's it. Period. I mean, I cannot be any more clear than what I just stated. We do not support attacks inside of Russia. Period. We've been very clear about that. That's been a general matter that you have heard from us over and over again this past several months, and I cannot be more clearer than that.
Why President said it's still in play when asked about long-range?
What I can tell you right now is I don't have any changes to our policy to share with you at this time. Go ahead.
Thanks. I have a NATO question and then an Afghanistan-Iran question. Starting with NATO, when the Danish Prime Minister visits on Monday, is the President going to speak to her about maybe being an interlocutor and working with Turkey on getting Sweden into NATO? And then also, can you just update us on the F-16s and Sweden's membership? Is that something that the White House expects to have sorted by the time the NATO summit happens?
So two things I can say. As you know, we read out the President's conversation with Erdogan yesterday. They had a clearly conversation. But in that dialogue, the President did express his strong desire for Turkey to approve Sweden application to join NATO, which we would like to happen as soon as possible. So that he did bring that up in that conversation. I'm not going to get ahead of what is going to be on the agenda, what's going to come out of the Denmark visit that's going to happen a week from this past Monday. Look, when it comes to any conditions as it relates to F-16s, the sales of F-16s to Turkey, and as with them approving Sweden's bid to join NATO, look, that is not a condition. President Biden long been clear that he supports selling F-16s. You've heard that from this podium to Turkey, which would help facilitate NATO interoperability. So, look, Congress has an important role in providing arms sales, and so I would leave the rest to Congress. But the President has been very clear on where he stands on that.